Hey everybody, it's Digital Dreamer, and I thought today I would talk a little bit about the new D3 Digivice, which we've got on the side here. This is kind of an initial thoughts and feelings video. As you can see, I've got the original version here, and also apologies if any of the footage is shaky. I've lost my little stand for my phone here, but anyway, back into it. So for these guys here, initial comparisons, I quite like a lot of things about this a lot better. One of the first things I want to mention is the scrolling. So for this one, you scroll back and forth on this wheel here, which I quite like. On this guy, when it comes to scrolling, it's this button here does almost everything for it. So if I were to go into the menu, which you have to press this button up here to open, you scroll up and down with this guy. And it's honestly a very responsive button for what it is. I just like being able to open the menu and scroll immediately from this button here. Other initial comparisons, for battling, one of the battles is mashing the buttons. I find these buttons here to be much more responsive than these ones initially. One thing I'm not as big a fan of, but again, I understand why. To turn on the screen, you need to press this little button, and I find that sometimes it takes a couple of presses, or I have to really get in there, whereas this one, you just press this guy to wake up the screen here. Other than that, you know, screen resolution and brightnesses, see if I can get that to focus, are about the same. You can see screens are roughly the same size pixel sprite and everything like that. Both have the same feature of if you hold the upper button, you get the butterfly song here. If you hold the button here, pardon me for not remembering the name, but you get the Adventure 02 opening theme. Of course, both the themes are Japanese for anyone who is an English fan and unsure. Some other physical things, of course, I love the original Digivice look and design, but I've always loved the D3. I've got kind of small hands, but love how it fits in the hand, love the shape of it, love the feel. The little charge port down here, it took a little bit to grow on me, but I do quite like it, and it's pretty stiff here. So actually takes quite a bit of effort to open up there. This little guy lives in my pockets mostly at work, so happy to see that that hasn't come out. Whereas the original has this little piece here, and it can be a pain to get out. You can see it's discolored a little bit from use, and it's just a little plasticky piece. Other things to talk about with these guys. So I mentioned in a previous video talking about this device that one of these, I broke the backing on, unfortunately. Right here, and my husband was nice enough to fix it for me using some resin and part of like a blue grocery shopping bag, so it doesn't sit back enough to clip to pants or anything anymore, unfortunately, but it still comes out with me and lives in pockets most of the time. This one, however, right out the gate, I think this plastic is a little bit thicker. Now, I have thought about getting a carry case for it, to be honest, just to keep it a little bit safer. Because as you can see, it's already getting a little bit dirty there. Again, it does travel in my pockets a lot. Oh, hello. I forgot I was in the middle of a kind of a plot battle here. So, we'll talk about battling a little bit here then. So this guy has the same arrangement of pedometer type fights. So you go through your steps, you get to your area, and then you initiate the battle or the cutscene. So let's see what we get here. And for anyone that's familiar with 02, and same with the original device for regular adventure, if you are familiar with the device, you will recognize kind of sequences from the anime playing out before you. So in this case here, you know, we're confronting the Digimon Emperor and Wormmon. This, however, will segue into one of my favorite things about this device versus the original, though. And that's going to be the map function. On this device here, When you defeat an area, it loads you to the area you're on, so you can just scroll to that immediate next area. Whereas on this device, when you go back to the map from your battle, it loads you out here. So instead of loading you already like in the areas and stuff, a lot of times it'll just load you back to like the initial map area for File Island or File Island Broken Apart or the internet or wherever. Whereas this one here, the map functionality just seems to be much easier to use, especially with the way it's laid out. So on this one here, you'll have your different areas to scroll through, and then everything is of course in order. On the original device here, oops, you go to your map, and it's not so bad here, but things aren't necessarily in the order you'd think they'd be. The worst area for this, in my opinion, is Tokyo. So I'm only scrolling down here, and it's scrolling through them in order, but it doesn't load that way when you're actively doing the plot, which drove me insane, especially trying to figure out what areas I'd beaten the secret boss on and what areas I hadn't. Another nice thing with this guy over that, back to the map here, when you have beaten an area all the way, including the secret, you get this little check mark here. Whereas on the other device, I had to manually go through each map area and check what I had or hadn't completed manually, which is fine. It's like the ultimate first world problem, but I wanted to bring it up anyway. Other than that, both are good for sound. This guy, if you're somewhere you forgot you had the sound on and it goes off, a lot easier to muffle because of where the sound speakers are. On this guy here, come on, focus. They're on the back there, which isn't bad, but these are much easier to cover with the palm of your hand for sure. Visually, both devices are awesome. I wish there was a transparent option for this, but I understand that, you know, it's for the show. I didn't want to go for the dark Ken Davis combo version. It's not that I didn't want the Digimentals or anything like that. It's just I like the blue and white, the original. I'm absolutely not biased at all to the VMon line. Not at all biased to the VMon line or the Crest of Friendship, nothing like that. Not at all, so it was natural for me to get this one. Have not yet beaten the entire device, so of course I can't speak to that yet. Same things as the other one though. You've got in here your menu music. You have in here, you can view your Digivolutions, you can view your different animations and things. So I'm going to keep talking because I'm pretty sure this is copyrighted. But this is on the lowest sound setting. You can probably hear it pretty decent. We're using the Digimental of Courage or Digi-Egg of Courage if you grew up on the American dub. And you can see like they've actually done a really nice job on the animations. Like they're actually super well done. Yeah, like it's really awesome. And some of these animations were definitely like moved over from the Vital Bracelet, just like the other version, but not all of them, which is nice. Something else that's new on this that is not present on the first generation of these devices is the training and search function. So training, you will unlock more trainings as you move forward. Let's see what our training option is here. Oh thank goodness, let's see if I can do this one-handed. So you'll do your training, it'll be one of the options that you normally go into battle with. You'll knock the punching bag clean out of dodge. And that will give you points with which to conduct a search. Now the search, as I'm sure you can kind of tell by the little subtitle there, is going to, see if I have enough to search. 30 or 30, nice. So when you search, there is a chance for finding items or finding digimentals. We didn't find any digimentals there. Oh, even better, another battle. Okay, it's gonna be off screen for a second. I'm gonna have to shake it to high heaven. And you get the original Digivolution music here. You can unlock the original Digivolved creatures, like XVmon and Kylomon, all of those, prior to where you would unlock them in the plot. Pardon, this is gonna be nasty. So same thing as the original device. You can shake it. You've got the button press options. Oh, nice, we've got Kari with us, so this is going to be a one-hit KO. Nice. Yeah, like, it's a solid, smooth device. If you were thinking of getting one of these two, and you weren't sure which one to get, like you were hemming and hawing, and now that they're both available, you're really not sure, and money's not an issue for you. I prefer the special edition of this one to the original, mostly because the crest and tag set was well worth it in my opinion, and you got a special card with it too. I'm not as big a fan of the figures with the Digimentals, so that is what it is. But if you're on the fence and O2 is maybe slightly more preferred, or you like them both equally, I would go with the O2 device just for the little bits of quality of life. It's not huge, but just enough of an upgrade for me, in my opinion, that I think it would be well worth it if you were on the fence about these two devices. Other than that, for protection on these, you can buy, like on Etsy, of course, people have made cases for them. There's like silicone cases you can buy. Not sponsored, just bringing it up. Zen and TCG just make a clear protective for both of these that are on like a keychain piece. If you're in the States, I think they're still shipping to you guys. I think. I wouldn't quote me on that. I'm filming this in early September, so that's subject to change. But yeah, that's kind of my initial thoughts and feelings. Sorry we didn't do an unboxing on this guy. The box is here though, if you do want to see that beautiful shine. Davis and Vmon, of course, our boys. That's everything. That's all I got. And until the next one, this is Digital Dreamer saying see ya.